You've got 4, 5, 6 new faces playing quite a bit. Do you like the way? Is the room still the room? Does the camaraderie? Is it still? Do you like the way they've acclimated, and do they sort of feel like Blue Jackets now?
It's coming along. It's a work in progress. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen overnight. I think when you win some games like that 6-5 win. Patty fights the other day after running a guy over and trying to protect Jack a little bit. Blocking shots, all that stuff comes into play and bringing you together. So it's a work in progress.
If you'll entertain one little feature question, doing a story on pond hockey. Did you play? Was that big time formative stuff for you as a kid?
That's all we did. My feeling is, I think young kids are so overcoached at such a young age. Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and skating your wing back and forth for 45 minutes of a practice and not touching a puck. I know everybody wants a full ice surface instead of the small ice surface where a young kid could not touch a puck all day long in an hour practice. I think pond hockey is one of the best things for the young kids to explore themselves, to play around, to experiment, and go chase a puck when it goes through the snowbank and work on some skating that way, instead of all this informative, closed-door coaching blackboard at such a young age. It's such a pet peeve of mine. I could talk about this all day long, where I just think we lock these kids into and we try to pigeonhole them into something instead of letting them experiment. I think it's so important for kids to get out there in the pond and just go play.
Great stuff. Thank you.
All right, man.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thank you, Glenn. Hey, John, your transition, your breakout looks a lot smoother the last few games. I wonder if there's a thing or a few things you can point to that have enabled that.
I think when it's better. I think the biggest thing is that we're trying to come out in a group of 5. And that starts with our back check coming back into our end zone. So we have all 5 people back there. We have spent a lot of time in trying to have the nerve and have people available to come out the middle instead of the wall all the time. We were getting into a habit of just flipping a puck or just putting it around the boards and chunking it into shin pads where it's shoved back down our throat and they're forechecking. We're trying to come out the middle more. Even if a mistake is made, and we've had some doozies when we've tried to come out the middle, I still want us to go there. I think it helps us. It just gives us some ice to play on. And so it's positioning and willingness to make a play.
You've had Domi out of center back on the wing for a few games now, looking for a little more life from him. What have you seen there? Is it starting to come around, or are you still looking for more?
Yeah, there's got to be more, and Max knows that too. I thought it was the most I've seen his legs move was the last game. He makes a couple of really good plays on the power play to Cam through the seam. I think if Laine's over there, I think one of them's in the back of the net because Laine's just a better one-timer than Cam. He makes a couple of really good plays there. I'm hoping some of those plays will help him offensively 5-on-5. His legs moved more. But Max is a better player than he's shown. And that's not a criticism. That's just what it is. And he's going to stay on wing. He's going to play wing. And I do think he's going to slowly get better as he feels more and more comfortable. He just needs some good things to happen. He gets a pass on the wing the other night. It looks like he's going to be able to come in off of that wing, and the puck bounces and it goes over his stick, and it turns into a nothing play. I think if some good things happen to him, and some offensive things happen for him, he'll be fine.
Is he okay at wing? Because I know in the past he's made it clear he'd rather play center. Is he okay with being on the wing?
Yeah, I really haven't had a lot of conversations with him about it. The only one I did have with him is I just wanted him to get away from the amount of responsibility that's brought into the center ice position, away from the puck, and allow him just to defend. He's going to defend. Everybody has to defend here. But free him up a little bit so he can try to get something going offensively.
Okay, next we'll go to Mark. Next we'll go to Mark Scheib. Go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Glenn. Good morning, John. Gabriel Carlson's kind of fallen down the depth depth chart, and I know you want to get him into Cleveland to play some games. Where has he been, and how is he able to fall down the depth chart so much?
We just feel some other guys are going to get the opportunity first. I wouldn't say he's fallen down because there's still like a group of 3 or 4 that we're still not sure. You call it down because he hasn't played a game, and I get that, but he's still involved in a group of guys that we got to try to find out what they are and where they fit with our team. I'm not totally settled, especially with our sixth defenseman as far as who he is.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Dave Metzel. Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks, Glenn. Good morning, John. What would be the word you would use to describe that familiar brand of hockey that you saw the other night with the active sticks and the checking? Are you more confident in it now? Is it reassuring? How would you describe what you saw for most of that game the other night?
Yeah, you know what, Dave? I'll be honest with you, and I just talked to the team. And this is why I never go in the room after a game. When I watched the tape, our checking wasn't as good as I thought it was. They had a lot of almost odd man rushes. Even in that third period, we only gave them 1 chance, but some of it was them that they just didn't complete that final play. They still were getting in behind us into 3-on-2s. I thought we had a lot of good sticks, but a lot of them were in our end zone because they got behind us. We still have quite a bit of work to do to get that concentration. And that's what it is. It isn't through lack of effort. I don't think we're losing effort with our team. I think we're losing concentration of where I need to be as far as not letting a guy get in behind me. That's off of face-offs. That's off of forechecking when we lose the puck. That's off of just simple transition play by the opposing team in the neutral zone. We still have to get better at it.
And improvement there improves what Porty was talking about, right? That leads right into your transition game.
It helps us offensively. And if there's one team that if the players on this team that have been here the past 3 or 4 years don't know that now, then they're blind, because that's how we live. And we're not excluding other offensive stuff happening. We can't lose that equation of checking first, being above the puck, and transitioning into offense. We can't lose that equation. We can add to it, as we did in the 6-5 win. We can add things offensively. We can't lose that part of it.
Okay. And I have time for one more. Go ahead, Jeff Svoboda.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Torts. First things first, any changes to the lineup/goaltender?
No, Corpy's in.
Lineup.
Steph's in. I already went through that. Grigorenko's out. And
Well, that was with Bobby.
What's that?
That was with Bobby. So.
Oh, that was with Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Mateau's in. Grigorenko's out. Corpy's in goal. Kukin's playing defense. Z is out.
All right. Do you have, I guess, just real quick, anything on Z? Is it just kind of still bugging him, or?
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss it. He's out.
Okay. And last thing I just wanted to ask is, we've asked a lot about Delzato and just what he brings on the ice. You've known him obviously for a long time, though. Were you just excited what he could bring to the room, being a veteran, being a personality, things like that?
Oh, he's a good kid. Well, he's not a kid anymore. He's good to be around. I think he's a really seasoned pro. I listen to him. I think he loosens up the bench sometimes. He's just good to be around. He's a good person. And so you can't have enough good people in your locker room. And as I watch the players around him, it seems like he's fitting in really well there, and he's played some good hockey for us.